Good evening, Loff. Good evening, Mixer. Shall we continue? I think it's gonna be a rather rough start, because we're at the point of the game where the game is no longer joking around. Every mistake is gonna be rather painful.
Who's there? Max? Max, is that you?
How are you,
Max?
Loff?
Where are you, Max? Please.
How are you, Mixer? Hello there, Volmage. Rem and D are pretty good at recycling the same apartment, or should I say house, for the third time. Of course,
No,
with a twist.
please, Max, no! I'm sorry. Please don't, Max, no! Please. Max? Where are you, Max? Please.
The letter was staring at me. There was something disturbingly familiar about the letter before me. The handwriting was all pretty curves.
You're in a graphic novel.
The truth split my skull open, a glaring green light washing the lies away. All of my past was just fragmented still shots, words hanging in the air like balloons. I was in a graphic novel. Funny as hell. It was the most horrible thing I could think of. Bartender is shiny stuff and dreams are made of stooped necromancers. He sings like a banana wrist, having strayed too close to the constellations on their shaved skulls. There was a bad line in a prank call. Someone spouting insane babble. I couldn't make sense of it. But I had an overwhelming sense of deja vu, and the caller's voice sounded oddly familiar. The weird piece of paper looked dangerous. There was something disturbingly familiar about the letter before me. The handwriting was all pretty curves.
You're in a computer game, Max.
The truth was a burning green crack through my brain, weapon statistics hanging in the air glimpsed out of the corner of my eye, endless repetition of the act of shooting, time slowing down to show off my moves, the paranoid feel of someone controlling my every step. I was in a computer game. Funny as hell, it was the most horrible thing I could think of. Don't lose it. It's Valk here. The drug. Snap out of it. Try to remember. It was a bad line in a prank call. Someone spouting insane babble. I couldn't make sense of it. But I had an overwhelming sense of deja vu, and the caller's voice sounded oddly familiar.
Well, that was fast. Good evening. Oh no! I actually always went here. He's got that trigger. Hello there. I believe I've actually never experimented. Checked all places.
You killed her!
Max, something happened at the office today. A strange memo. Something about Vikings.
Honey, I gotta run. You can tell me all about it this evening.
Have a nice day, darling.
The bullet holes were rubies on her chest, blood glowing on her ivory skin. She was so beautiful. The killer was smiling.
The flesh of fallen angels.
Slowly, the green nightmare faded, leaving dark stains on my soul that would never come off. I felt like flatlining. I was all shook up. I woke up in a cold sweat, sick and tired to the bone, lying in a puddle of my own puke. The hag had said take me to Cold Steel before it had all gone crazy. It was a clue, the only one I had. It took me forever to crawl back to my feet and hit the road, but when I did, I drove straight to Cold Steel Foundry outside the city. There was a whole lot of action around the place for a freezing winter night. Trucks coming and going, men running. I had the drop on the mystery witch. She thought I was dead. I was on her blind side. I was going in. The bad trip had put me in a crazy mood, adrenaline pumping through my aching veins. Staggering on the mill roof in ice and snow and wild wind, I was a ninja. My kung fu was strong. I wasn't kidding anybody. At best, I was Superman on Kryptonite about to fall through a skylight, down to where it was all going down. A half-abandoned industrial area in the middle of nowhere. The factory was a perfect front for any number of illegal activities. In the belly of the plant, molten metal boiled and bubbled like a witch's brew.
Casualty status.
Did you shoot him? Oh, you cannot shoot while jumping. Never mind then. Sounds like you need a remaster then, rather than a remake. But I have this feeling that it's gonna be a full-on remake. Half-Life now.
Life-threatening weather conditions. A record-breaking killer storm. In the city's history, vehicles stuck in snow. Heavy snowfall. Forecast shows severe weather is expected to continue.
Out in the night, snow fell like confetti over the Devil's Parade. The storm was anything but over.
Oh, there they are. There should be someone down there, or at least triggered when we go down there. Here we go.
In pursuit of the intruder. Now moving to the blocking position. Moving to the danger area. Now moving to the blocking position.
Block this, buddy. That's a pretty good pose. The grenade throw room? It must be. Ah, yes, the secret thing.
Possible infiltration in progress. Hostile contact. Search and destroy. Search and destroy.
Duck.
Casualty status.
You already miss him? Oh right, it's the conversation.
Can you believe it? I bet they sleep with their rifles. I bet they've given them names.
I guess.
Search and
Oh! Oh, okay then. Didn't think it would
Can you believe it? I
transfer.
bet they sleep with.
destroy.
Guess this is optional.
Perimeter breached. The facility has been compromised. Repeat, the Deep Six has been compromised. Initiate Operation Deadeye.
The walkie-talkie military lingo could mean only one thing. They were getting ready to destroy the evidence and vanish into the night. I was so close. The hidden truths were just around the corner.
Casualty status.
folder on the table told a grim tale. The mercenaries were running a tight operation, paperwork and all.
Merchandise missing again. A chemist had tried to smuggle it out for his own private party. Locked him up in cell B7 in D6's old test facility to wait for proper processing.
I was close enough to hear the secrets, just beyond the next doorway.
Didn't expect that one. Right, so you can tackle this two ways, either throwing a grenade or carefully jumping around. I spooked the poor lad. Talking about spooky. Looks like the throwing location is predetermined and does not track you. Just have to move away.
The monitor showed me the way. Processing diagrams filled the control room screens, all but one. An elevator titled D6 on one of the screens, somewhere onwards, past rows of ovens, in the core of the plant.
Grenade throwing be like... Of course. That hurts me more than them. Oh well. Case in point, I won't be fancy. How would he even leave here? Oh, that one always gets me. Oh, I can't believe I didn't save again. That one surprise one from behind never fails. I was gonna say, well, that went fancy. And then this happens. Here's the perfect execution variant. The way forward, or was this the way forward? Ah. Backtracking in case you missed that switch. Setting an elevator on fire? What could possibly go wrong?
Possible infiltration in progress.
Ah, so I managed to bait you in that with that track.
Bogart is Marlowe, or is Sam Spade going after the Maltese Falcon to unravel all the mysteries? Following a path of clues to that final revelation, even if it would take me down to the cold, cavernous depths of a grave.
You can't do this! My men are still inside!
Do you have any idea why this is called Operation Deadeyes?
They're just shooting a wall.
I think he's dead already. Let's do it.
Attention all personnel. The self-destruction sequence has been initiated. Evacuate the complex
We've got
immediately.
company.
Repeat. The self-destruction sequence has been initiated. Proceed to the nearest exit immediately.
Well, that didn't work out too well.
It's been initiated. Proceed to the nearest exit immediately.
He took it like a
I'd
champ.
seen the logo on the floor before. There was
Hello,
an old
Snake.
army bunker under the steel mill. I knew the military plaque on the floor. I had seen 1,000 variations of the insignia on crumbling brick walls everywhere in the city. The sword replaced by a syringe. Project Valhalla, V for Valkyr, V for Valhalla. All of a sudden it read like a crackpot conspiracy theory.
Cold Steel, aka Trial, and Error.
Sequence has been initiated. Get the hell out of here. The place is gonna blow.
Go, Delta.
Attention all personnel. The self-destruction sequence has been initiated.
This where they make the Mountain Dew? How are you, Suneko-chan? Hello there, ex-gamer. I'm experiencing pain, therefore I live.
Like everything else in the Valkyr case, the door code was a mystery to me.
The self-destruction sequence has been initiated. Proceed to the nearest exit immediately.
It's pain time.
Decontamination in progress. Decontamination completed.
Oh no.
The chemist had been using the workstation when he died. The half-life of the lab rat had ended online, his password blinking on the screen. 665, the neighbor of the beast.
Wonder what kind of reference was that?
Attention all personnel. The self-destruction sequence has been initiated. Proceed to the nearest exit immediately.
No Berettas from them.
Hey, in here! Hey, get me out of here! I'm in.
Attention all personnel. The self-destruction sequence has been initiated. Proceed to the nearest exit immediately.
Hey, in here! Hey, get me out of here! I'm innocent. There, let me out.
The stress was getting to me. I'd made a mistake I'd never be able to fix.
Thanks. I thought I was gonna die in there for sure.
I need you to get
Oh,
me through the decontamination
well,
chamber
in the
airlock.
parallel universe you kinda
No
did.
way! The place is blowing up for Christ's sakes.
Either that or back to the cell. Your choice.
Okay, I'll do it. I'll do it.
Oh, I just realized I have M79. 10 rounds. What am I even doing?
Are you mad? Move it! I don't want to die here.
Oh, but you will have to because it's scripted.
Attention all personnel. The self-destruction sequence has been initiated. Proceed to the nearest exit immediately.
Please, we gotta go now. There's no time.
Kinda, yeah. Why is the splash damage so high?
Pressure was too much.
Pressure in which spot? He's like, who am I gonna shoot? Max? Or the scientist?
Get in. I'll punch you through.
After this, you can go.
Examination
You're a
is
free man.
Bad.
Decontamination.
There, he dies. And those have infinite health. You essentially just have to leave them. Going deeper.
I was caught in the middle of the deadly web that was the Valkyrie.
Oh. Haha. Wouldn't it be better to just jump on the table? Probably just jump on the table.
One of the lab terminals had the project logo on the screen.
Top secret. Project Valhalla. U.S. Army. Yggdrasil Network. Valhalla, the otherworldly place in Norse mythology where the bravest heroes spent their afterlife feasting and fighting forever, their wounds miraculously healed night after night. Valkyr, the maidens who chose the most courageous Viking warriors and carried them to Valhalla. 1991. The research objective is to create a chemical substance to enhance the stamina and morale of infantry troops. 1995. Results unsatisfactory. Project cancelled.
Someone had decided to continue the sick experiment unauthorized.
Project compromised. Data leak. Fix the damage by any means necessary. Security clearance red. Authorized by the project lead. Field test. Double the dosage for all the remaining test subjects. Observe and record the subject's behavior in an urban setting.
The drop-off point was my old address in New Jersey. The file dated 3 years ago. Just when you thought you had reached the deepest depths of horror, it suddenly got worse. How to turn off that small voice inside your head that started to whisper that you should be glad that now, if not before, your revenge was justifiable on any conceivable moral scale. That small voice proved, beyond any doubt, that I was damned. The dagger-heeled woman had come and gone a long time ago. There was nothing more for me here. The bunker's name was acting as a self-fulfilling prophecy.
Not going that way. Where the invincible super soldiers went. This is the killing door.
Contamination. Self-destruction imminent. 30, 29, 28, 27, 26, 25, 24,
missed my train. Did I? Guess not.
Piece together a jigsaw, and the final picture is you finishing that same puzzle. A mad, green-eyed killer standing behind you. An urban legend come true. The Project Valhalla test subjects had been the mad junkies who had murdered my loved ones. The rest was simple body count math. It all pointed to her. Ms. Valkyr. The factory went up in a fiery inferno behind me. All my leads were dead, turned to smoke and dust. I had lost my way. I hadn't slept in a million years. I felt thin as death. I've been living on an endless supply of week-old donuts. They were fuel for this crazy furnace inside my head. I couldn't remember when I had last seen the sun. I was on a permanent graveyard shift. When the darkness fell, New York City became something else, any old Sinatra song notwithstanding. Bad things happened in the night, on the streets of that other city, Noir York City.
Hello there, Spear.
I was in an all-night diner, downing cup after cup of coffee that tasted like engine oil, when a new message from BB got me back on the killer track.
What the hell happened at Roscoe Street? Maxie, I'm going out on a limb here. We need to talk this through, come up with a plan. 2:30 a.m., the Choir Communications Garage.
The more I thought about Alex's murder and the frame-up, the more it felt like an inside job. I should have seen it coming. BB had sold me out, and now he wanted to finish what he'd started. The garage was dead. BB showed up in his tailor-made suit, gold watch, and cufflinks to match, all way beyond a cop's pay.
Maxie.
Oozing suave charm, he was guilty as hell. What the hell does BB stand for anyway? Backstabbing bastard?
Come on, don't be like that. Have a cigar.
I don't smoke.
Maxie, you have no idea how big this is. It's huge. You have no idea.
I think I do. You're a bribe-taking bent cop who sold out his partner. Those mobsters in the subway were a dead giveaway. Hard to miss. Bet it was exactly like this with Alex. Up close and personal.
You can't win this one, Max.
No, but I can make damn sure none of you do either. BB turned out to be another cardboard cutout bad guy.
Different revision, huh?
A bad cop on the take. A cowardly right-hand man fleeing from the scene, leaving his paid thugs to do his dirty work.
Were you planning to put them on an arm? A vessel mount? I see. Never tried mounting my monitors before. They're kinda different. Years apart. Different bezel width. Probably would fit though. But I'm just using the regular old stands. This kinda demonstrates a problem with the aiming system. Also a demonstration of the broken shotgun enemies, that as soon as they flinch, they instantly shoot you. So if you make them flinch multiple times without stun locking them, they'll just murder you. Speaking of being murdered, I released my trigger too early. Ah. Nothing like touching the table and the whole monitor shaking angrily. Well, Volmage, I wouldn't stick that into your, but you do you. Well, I both have a couple of community fixes, the most basic ones, that fix the audio issues and stuff. Also have 13AG's widescreen fix. Not sure if there's any other newer ones from him, from them. And have locked this game with a 60 Hz VSync. Still doesn't mitigate all the issues. This game is quirky in a way that in some of the rooms, if you rotate the camera 360, the game kind of stutters. It feels like a mouse polling rate issue. I'm not sure what it is. Like you walk outside that room and suddenly rotation is fine. Ah, that sounds horrible. If you leave the VSync off, the main screen, this one runs at like 10,000 FPS or something. This game also broke on the newest Ryzen CPUs, starting with 3001s. It has a check for MMX, and Ryzen chips do support MMX and report that to the game, but the game's code that checks for it doesn't really parse that information correctly and breaks. So I was rather surprised when I turned the game on and it started spitting out Hoffman type errors at me. Also about JPEG compression, causing some textures to be corrupted. It seems to be the case, but also it seems to be the game's fault in this case. That's why there's a community patch to fix that. Which is basically replacing that DLL that does the check with a fixed variant of it. Oh! Yeah, this one's nasty. Okay, how can they even survive this? I, from a kilometer away, can't survive it at all. They're like, oh yeah, sure, why not? Where's the other two?
Reports of a fire at the Punchinello Manor in Westchester. The manor is the home of Angelo Punchinello, the alleged head of the Punchinello crime family. The police are now saying, contrary to their earlier statements, that Max Payne is still alive and at large. He continues his vendetta against the Mafia, of which this last act of arson is attributed to.
I had no recollection of setting any fires, but I did remember the flames.
And what doesn't it like after that? incompatible answer. Oh, that was much more simple than I thought it would be. I like how nondescript these barrels are, that they're explosive on the stage. And because of that, it starts spitting out errors. You kinda can't proceed and ignore the errors, but I think at some point it starts to crash. I mean, this is normal difficulty right here, and this is how I'm being treated. Not nice. How are we gonna handle him? With Ingram? Jackhammers are nice, but not against the boss. I haven't checked if the second game has the same issue. Talk about having a thick skull.
The payphone started to ring. Yeah.
Max Payne?
Whatever does it for you.
This is Alfred Woden. I can give you the name of your enemy. Come to the Asgard building presently. We are expecting you.
Woden was waiting for me on the steps of the old building.
Mr. Payne, let's go inside. The others are anxious to begin.
The others?
Despite the general misconception, this building actually predates the City Hall by 2 years, thus being the oldest municipal building still in use here at the foot of the Brooklyn Bridge.
No kidding. The old man played tour guide as he led me through a dark domed hall. The answers I was after loomed large ahead.
Mr. Payne, I would like to introduce you to my colleagues in what we call the Inner Circle.
You've been watching too much X-Files.
You have seen the files on Project Valhalla. We can fill the gaps, provide you with the information missing from those files. We were all involved in the early stages of the project during the Gulf War.
What's the catch?
We would very much like to blow this thing wide open, but our hands are tied. Her name is Nicole Horn. She was the key figure in Project Valhalla. When the funding was discontinued, she simply refused to quit. She knew exactly what she had in her hands. Nicole Horn is the president of Acer Corporation. She has more than half the city in her pocket. This must be kept under wraps. If you try to go public with this, we will deny any knowledge. We need you to take her out. Afterwards, we can protect you, make all the charges go away.
That was the cue for the killer suits to kick in the doors and swarm inside. It was an impressive floor show, but I decided to leave early anyway. It was only a one-story fall. Lucky me.
Hi, Ryan. Here's for the main theme of the game, at least in my opinion. Hi there. What's the unbelievable part?
One of the monitors showed what was left of the Inner Circle. On screen, the so-called corpse of Alfred Woden stood up, miraculously waking from his dirt nap, looking smug among his dead pals. In the land of the blind, the one-eyed man is king. I didn't know how he'd pulled it off, but it was a pretty slick way to get out of all his promises. Most of what he had said fit too well to be a load of crap.
Those are some sick dance moves right there.
One of the monitors showed what was left of the inner circle.
Cover me. I'm going in.
Well, that's actually my main bread and butter. Old video games. Hey, a jackhammer. I might as well start using it. Yes, you do. Even more than half sometimes. Case in point. Well, if you like old video games, then this place might be for you. I do stream new games as well, if I do get a review copy of those. But most people do prefer watching older stuff.
And what is your answer to those saying that he's actually providing a service long overdue to the city?
This crusade nonsense has gone too far. He's out of control. It must stop. He will be stopped.
That was Deputy Chief Jim Rivera from the New York City Police Department.
I didn't know the jackhammer was such a limited edition weapon. I guess something like AA-12 would be the mass-produced equivalent. You're welcome. The plan is to finish the game tonight.
A videotape lay on the desk. Nicole Horn had blackmailed the inner circle into silence. The tape came with a curt extortion note on a piece of expensive paper. I remembered Candy Dawn taping her clients in action on the side, selling the tapes to the highest bidder. I was sure that kinky sex was nowhere near Alfred Woden's worst sin, but I had a feeling that when this was over, any collateral would come in handy.
And I also expect playing beyond just Max Payne 1.
Woden had left me a present.
Nothing seems to stop Acer Corporation's phenomenal victory march. Incredibly, the stocks are still rocketing. Worried experts already see a danger in the company's success. Some have gone as far as to say that Acer Corporation is about to become an even bigger monopoly than Microsoft ever was.
Woden had taken care of my mission preps with military precision. The critical areas in the Acer Corporation headquarters blueprints were circled in red. The president's office was at the top of the building, right below her penthouse suite. The elevators were controlled by a security computer, part of the mainframe located underground below the building. The high-rise was sealed as tight as a sci-fi fortress.
There goes all my healing items.
Move, move, move!
Oh no, haven't heard about that.
The best movie ending ever? Gotta be Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid.
What the hell?
Be Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid. A hero's end.
Hey, hey! Hold it! What the hell?
Guess I should clean up this place first. Where's that grenade launcher person? Oh yeah, technically you could go back and shoot through if you don't have any grenades. People seem to like that game. Haven't had any contact.
Revenge. Those dreams were always nightmares, of coming close and then failing. Now I was close. I had a name to guide me, Nicole Horn. I had nothing to lose. The Inner Circle had quite a track record. Project Valhalla had not been the only thing the Inner Circle had been involved in. There were rows of cabinets full of files. The Serpentine Secret Society went back a long way, always pulling strings from the shadows. I couldn't say I was sorry. Woden's move in some Byzantine power game had cut the Circle's membership roster to 1. The old man wanted me on cleanup duty. It was my mess, too.
You even get damaged. No, you don't. I suppose they are Mixer. This place reminds me the ending of Mafia 1. It's a rather similar atmosphere, isn't it, Mixer? That's probably for the best, since I missed my shot. Ooh, the snipers are strong. I guess I'll have to keep it safe. Play it safe. That moment when sniper zoom action button is the same as keypad action.
CIA, FBI, you've seen one, you've seen them all. Request assistance. You've seen them all. Sure. Good for found him.
No assistance for you. Ah, it's the boss room.
Take him down. Shoot to kill. Let's finish this.
He's like the Resident Evil 4 merchant.
Mine wasn't the most original approach to the problem. It wasn't as if it hadn't all been done before. An eye for an eye, the first principle of revenge. Old as dirt, still going strong. The cardinal rule in going after someone with an intention to kill was not to make it personal, which it almost always ended up being anyway. It did with me. I took my time, cruising around the city in the snow. There was no hurry. I knew what I had to do now. I took my time, thinking about it, building up the rage. When I was ready, I parked the stolen wheels at the front entrance of the Acer Corporation headquarters. Got out, got in, got cracking. I had a bullet with Nicole Horn's name on it. I had 10,000 bullets with the Hag's name on them. She had ultra-high-tech security systems, enough mercenaries and weaponry to start World War III. There was no fear. New York disappeared behind a veil of snow. I had crossed the threshold. This was her domain, sleek and sexy and soulless, all glass and steel. A place of color-coded security keycards, metal detectors, and surveillance systems. colder than a walk-in fridge. Cold as a gun.
Oh, here we go. I wonder what kind of security guards would say, "Whack this sucker." Which one to go first? Thanks! If you like no commentary videos, there's also walkthroughs which I produce like once a year. There's a separate playlist for them. Super high effort videos of games essentially. Specifically mostly older ones. Cold Steel was bad, and this place requires perfect execution, essentially. Even on normal difficulty. And what is the briefcase secret sauce, then? I think my mouse is getting old. I think I got a bad batch. Okay, that was a bad decision. What was that? Okay. Fine. There. If the game wants to be that way, fine. I see. Oh, that's pretty good. Ah, this clown always runs at you, huh? Ooh, this is bad. Remember this being this annoying. I also feel like on this difficulty, which is normal, kind of feels the same as on the highest difficulty. Actually, at this point. Maybe I'm just imagining things. Oh, no, I was looking at the chat, and that's what happens. Well, depending on your time zone, you might be able to catch regular streams. When it comes to times, well, it's usually evenings in Europe. Tonight it's kinda later than usual in terms of scheduling. But thanks for stopping by. Guess I'll see you in the future. Huh. I've only had the pleasure... Oh. The pleasure of, spectating some of the XCOM games. Other than that, I'm not really into them. Yeah, in this game it straight up cheats. The AI, that is.
Mona, looking good.
Max, we gotta stop meeting like this.
It will be a cold day in hell before I let a narc cop stop me. Miss Sachs, do your job.
Relax, Max. You're a nice guy. I don't kill nice guys.
You're not bad yourself.
It was different when Horn wanted Punchinello dead. To cut her ties to the Mafia. He deserved to die.
The same goes with her. She's the bad guy here. Her sister was whispering to her in my favor. I knew the appetites of ghosts intimately. They hungered for revenge.
No!
A gunshot boomed and she fell down in slow motion. She was a nice girl. Not really a stone-cold killer. And now she was stone-cold dead. Like religious fanatics or loyal samurai, Horn's private army was coming at me.
Best assistance located.
That went better than expected.
When the elevator came back down, Mona was gone. There was a lot of blood, but no body. Something clicked for the final time. My mind had never been so clear, as if somewhere high above the storm clouds were already gone, cold stars blazing from the black skies.
Oh right, I'm supposed to look up. My bad, my bad.
Movies, and I'm talking about the coolest of the cool. What the hell? All the cool action movies, and I'm talking about the coolest of the cool. Hey,
You, huh? Well, here we go.
I had elevator access to the mainframe. From there, I'd be able to override the security locks and get to her office.
And here we went. Oh, right, they just spawn in as soon as you press the button.
I had elevator access to the mainframe. From there, I'd be able to override the security.
Sure if this is the best idea. Guess I'll just hide.
I had elevator access to the mainframe. From there, I'd be able to override the security locks and get to her office. I had elevator access to the mainframe.
Nope.
I had elevator access to the mainframe. From there, I'd be able to override the security locks and get to her office.
Hey, yo, Senga, yes. Because the PS2 version isn't as nice as the PC version.
The unmarked chopper was Horn's pet guardian, inhuman and flawless. It was stalking me.
Stereotyped. I'm not a cold-blooded killer. I'm a nice guy. Hey!
Oh.
The unmarked chopper was Horn's pet guardian, inhuman and flawless. It was stalking me.
Kinda a little bit buggy in that regard. It disregards your jump inputs at that point. Okay, one more time. Can you jump? Yes. Can you jump here? Fantastic. That's all I wanted for Christmas. How goes it, Senga?
All Horn's locks were now offline. All bets were off. The elevator would take me all the way up. Seen from this height, the night seemed to stretch on to eternity. A hint of desperation had crept into the snowstorm, as if it was trying to get it all out before the end.
How am I gonna bait them? That's one down.
Horn's personal computer was on. Next to the printer was a neat stack of expensive paper. Hacking through Horn's computer would have unearthed files of criminal plans, strategies for world domination, spy helicopter reports, illegal wiretap recordings, internet porno, all of the above. Take your pick. I really didn't care anymore. I had seen too much of it already.
Yeah, I believe there's quite a bunch of mods for this game. Complete overhaul ones too. Something that comes to mind from back in the day is the Kung Fu mod.
Valkyr had been meant to be a white-winged maiden that would lift you to a warrior's heaven, but it turned out to be a one-way demon ride to hell. The devil was in the drug. I knew. I had met him. And now I was gonna kill her. The queen of the underworld who had tried to lift herself a bit closer to heaven with her drug money. No begging, no bribes. She knew better. Honor among killers. We who were about to die. Both of us knew how this would end, in pain and suffering.
All this because your wife stuck her nose into things that were none of her business.
The cops were coming to take me away. The sirens were like a bad conscience I couldn't shake.
It's ridiculous you've made it this far. You won't be alive when they get here.
Stop him!
Good aim.
The elevator lobby. Get us back up now.
Max Payne, this is futile. A waste of time. The deaths of your wife and daughter were necessary. Inevitable. It is done. You cannot bring them back. Nothing you do will make it any better.
Okay.
Max Payne, you are fighting a losing battle. You cannot survive this. You will die. Stop fighting. Make it easy for yourself. Accept your fate.
Point blank 3. Well, those are 2 shots of jackhammer, still fine.
You are fighting a losing battle. You cannot survive this. You will die. Stop fighting.
Perfect timing, by the way.
Max Payne, you are fighting a losing battle. You cannot survive this. You will die. Stop. You cannot survive this. You will die.
I will survive this like this. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on.
You will die here.
Oh, they just flinch on that.
You cannot survive this. You will die. Stop. You cannot survive this. You will die. Stop fighting. Make it easy for yourself. Accept your fate. You will die here.
That's the better way instead of just tanking it.
Max Payne, face it. You are up against an unbeatable force. You have already lost. You have lost. Only death will set you free from your pain. Accept it. Surrender. Give up.
We have him in the North Lounge. Send us assistance.
Wonder how did that even hit me? Pretty sure there's one hiding somewhere. That what all the evil peeps do? Oh, you cannot fall down. This isn't the fall of Max Payne after all.
What do you mean he's unstoppable? You are superior to him in every way that counts. You are better trained, better equipped. You outnumber him at least 20 to 1. Do your job.
Are those mint or orange Tic Tacs?
Roger that. Attempting to land now. It's gonna be tricky.
It's time. Oh, right.
out of here as soon as the wind dies down. Don't like the look of that mast. Lift off in 1 minute.
Now, let's count how many bullet holes does Max have in himself.
They were all dead. The final gunshot was an exclamation mark to everything that had led to this point. I released my finger from the trigger. And then it was all over. The storm seemed to lose its frenzy. The ragged clouds gave way to the stars above.
Max Payne, this is Deputy Chief Jim Bravura from the NYPD. We've got the building surrounded. Throw down your weapons and lie down with your hands behind your head.
A bit closer to heaven. The cops' voices were distant and muted.
Freeze! NYPD! Hold it right there!
My ghosts released me from their haunting. Down below, New York City glittered like diamonds on black velvet.
You gave us one hell of a ride. Take him down to Central Booking.
You heard the man.
Woden was there in the crowd, standing by the sidelines. It wouldn't be over till the man with the patch would say so. He'd say the right words. I knew he would. He'd better. Woden grinned smugly. It was the grin of a winner. That made two of us.
Well, probably during one of the upcoming days, you should be looking forward to the second game. I'm looking forward to the second game because of its improved mechanics all around when it comes to bullet time. Some sections of that game, like the Mona stuff, is a little bit tedious nowadays, but the necessary evil, I suppose. And the normal difficulty for Max Payne 2 is very different from this difficulty. as there you can actually surprise the AI. I can't promise the particular day, but I could probably promise that we're gonna all meet again. During one of the upcoming evenings. So thank you to everyone that joined in for this stream during the first day, and especially during the second day. Why yes, Senga. Remedy has openly stated that they're gonna be working on a remake of the first and second games. And it's supposed to be, from what I gather, a full-on remake rather than just a remaster. So I'm kinda high-key riding the hype wave. Hate wave? Heat wave? You're welcome. Yeah, I think, Spear, you could just use main chat to drop a link. Oh yeah, and special thanks to Vent for the super chat during the first half of the stream 2 days ago. The ape wave. Well then, that's a wrap. Boy boy.